Darlings, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here tonight because we've got a great show and a great person who is I've just been so excited ever since she said yes. Do you know how that feels? Well, you do. You're here. And I want to welcome you to Seeing Crime. I am Lady Zelda Kelly. Today is Saturday, September 13th, and a night to remember because our dear friend Kathy from Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo is here, and she's going to give us at least an hour of her time. And we're just so happy to be here. So I want you to know that tonight, the veil isn't just for spirits. It's for secrets and whispers and maybe a little scandal. And you know how we all love mysteries, but sometimes the juiciest ones aren't ghost stories. They're the rumors flying around town and around these cases. And that's why I had to bring on our friend, Kathy from Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo. She's got the scoop, she's got the tea, and together we might just uncover a little bit more than anyone expected. Please put your hands together, my darlings, and welcome our special guest, Kathy. She's here to spill the tea. Hello, my darling.
Hi. Thank you so much for the invitation. I am looking a hot mess. I've been sick all week, but I've rallied. I pulled myself together.
You look absolutely stunning as always.
Oh
Listen,
my God.
I know how it is. I've got a tooth that's been bugging me, and I'm like out to here. Thank God for lighting and CoverGirl and everything else that goes along with it. So anyway, thank
Oh
you.
my
Thank you
God.
so much. I'm just so happy to have you here. And we've kind of had a week that has been since the 4th, we've been holding our breath a little bit. And I've been hearing some rumors. I want to get right into it, Kathy. But first of all, for some of the people on our channel, my channel, can you give us a little background? How did you start in this? Because you are so good at it. This
Oh
must
my
have been
gosh.
something that you've wanted to do for a long time.
Well, here's the thing. When I was a kid, I was absolutely obsessed with television, positively obsessed. So when everybody else was watching like Tom and Jerry and the after school specials, all I was watching was like Sally Jesse Raphael and Phil Donahue and the news. And I was like, I am going to be a news reader. I'm going to be like, there's a fire on First Street and the traffic is heavy on Highway 5, whatever. And so I went to college and studied radio, TV, film with dreams of being a radio broadcaster. And I worked at Power 103
Oh, I'm
WPFR in
sorry.
Terre Haute, Indiana.
I'm sorry, that came
Yeah,
on. I'm sorry. Okay,
yeah,
go
no,
ahead.
I worked in radio and then I was like, oh, this does not pay a lot of money. And I had to work from midnight to 6 a.m. And I was like, it's gonna be a no for me. And then a boy broke my heart. I was living in Terre Haute, Indiana, and a boy broke my heart. And as an FU to him, I moved to New York City. Literally, like with that much notice. I was like, I'm sorry, what? You said what to me? And I just moved. And I was like, well, obviously, I'll just get on a major market station. And then I discovered I had to pay my bills. And so I became a customer service representative. So if you called like an 800 number, I'd be like, hi, what model number answering machine do you have? And how can I help you? And I did voiceover work and stuff like that. And then I was like, a girl needs to pay bills. New York City is expensive. And so I've worked regular office jobs for my entire career. And as a side hustle, I did people's voiceovers. And then the pandemic happened. And I was sitting in my house, minding my own business, looking at the neighbors out my front window. And I started talking about what was going on. I was like, there is a suspicious car parked in front of my house. Y'all, I think it's the killer. And so I would make these little videos about what was going on my block. And then I would talk about what was happening. Like, because New York City, I live in the suburbs of New York City now. New York City locked down kind of before the rest of the world did. And all of my Midwestern relatives would call and say every day, are you okay? Are you okay? What's happening? And I was like, I am saying the same things 5 times a day. So I started making these little videos on YouTube that I would upload to Facebook that were like, hi, we're still fine. But y'all, I was walking down the street yesterday and the neighbors put out their recycling, and all of the recycling bins were filled with liquor bottles. Like, I just was giving the 411 of everything that was happening on my block, and the next block over, and the next block over, because I'm nosy like that. And my friends and family thought it was hilarious, but I was like, I always thought ShopRite was clean. ShopRite is super clean now. And there was a lady in the ShopRite with, like, before you could get masks, she had a Kotex over her face with wings, and one wing was up on her nose and one wing was down on her chin. So I had to make a video about it.
Oh my.
Needs must. And people were like, this lady, you are out of your mind. And so random strangers started following my adventures. I think I called it Kathy's Quarantine Diaries, where literally every day I would just talk about what I saw around my neighborhood. And my channel got, like, I don't know, a couple hundred people that I assumed were my cousins. And then the pandemic ended, and I was watching, first Meerkat Manor, and I would give breathless recountings of what had happened I didn't know they were old episodes. They were new to me. I was like, yo, okay, on Meerkat Manor, this girl Flower, right? Meanwhile, like, I would talk about these meerkat as though they were my friends and neighbors. I was like, her daughter got pregnant. And then the sister got pregnant by the same dude, and they was fighting over the dude. Like, I would give breathless recountings of what happened on Meerkat Manor. And then I saw something on Court TV that piqued my interest, and I just started talking about it. And then a bunch of people started following my channel. And I was thinking, I think Meerkat Manor is so much better than Court TV. But random strangers were like, oh my God, you talking about Court TV is so funny. And I was like, did you see her outfit? Girl, she drank how many drinks and then got behind the wheel? What? I talked about Court TV as though you were my neighbor sitting right next to me, because it's legit the same conversation I would have with anybody, anywhere. The post office line, the grocery store line, on the bus stop. I just started talking about court, and I don't know. It grew. I started talking about murder.
I love it. You just took off.
Yeah,
well, you
totally.
You've been on TV a little bit, haven't you?
I've been on TV a lot. Yeah. I've done the Oprah show. I've done, what shows have I done? A lot of the Today Show, because I work in the same building where the Today Show is. And once you get on TV once, it's easy to keep getting on TV. So I've done all the daytime talk shows, The Chew, The View, all of those kind of like little daytime talk shows. A lot of the Today Show in the last couple of years with like fitness segments. No, just a bunch of random TV, newspapers.
Great.
The insider, like the entertainment TV shows. They're like, Kathy, talk about, and they would give me a topic, and I got a big mouth, so I would just talk about it.
Bravo. I think that's absolutely wonderful. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, I want to just recognize today is the day with Enrique Delgado Garcia lost his life today.
Who is that?
Oh, girl. Enrique? Oh, Massachusetts. He was going to trooper school, and there was a little something that happened, a fight night, and he got beat up so bad that he passed away. And it's been hush hush, and they wanted to same kind of thing like the Karen Reed trial, and they wanted to just push it under the carpet a little bit. And his family, they wanted to push away his family, and they had their own autopsy. And it's kind of amazing that it just came out not long ago that he had the same head injuries that John O'Keefe has.
Wait, what?
Yes, ma'am.
That's crazy.
Yes, ma'am.
Like, Massachusetts is, look,
right.
I'm a Black girl. I don't go to Massachusetts. Those are not my people. No, thank you. So I did not follow Karen Reed, although I got a primer from Jimmy Auntie Deb on all things Karen Reed.
Right.
But I know astonishingly, I know what Jimmy told me about Karen Reed, which means very, very little. R.I.P. Enrique. Good
Oh,
grief.
oh, you may want to look into that because that's just going to start heating up. But honey, I'm a white girl and I don't want to go to Massachusetts. I'm scared to death. I'm not kidding. That's why I told everybody, hey, I'll stick with the paranormal. I know what I'm facing. These people are evil.
I'm
You
like,
know, yeah.
any
But
town that ends in Ville, like I'm from Indiana, so any town that ends in Ville, I'm like, they shoot black people over there. But also the whole state of Massachusetts. I go right around it. Just go right
right,
around it. No problem.
right. I mean, I would like to go, I like to go to Salem up in that area. Other than that, just as, touristy things. But I want to go there to visit. And everybody was like, Zelda, you got to go. You got to go. And I'm like, They see my videos. I'll be behind bars. And who's going to come and save me? I ain't got no money. No way. No. No. When all this is over, then I'll go.
I've been to Harvard a couple of times because a friend of mine had parents, both of her parents were professors there. So I've been there, and I've been to, is the Berkshires in Massachusetts? I've been to Kripalu Center for Yoga and Health. Wherever Kripalu is, I've been there.
Okay. Well, if you just want to touch on Enrique Delgado Garcia,
okay,
such a wonderful young man. Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful justice for Enrique because he was at the Massachusetts State Trooper, whatever it was, to learn how to be this. And they had this fight night thing. And
fight night as like a professional fight, like a boxing party.
Yeah, they had a big boxing party, all right. And he lost his life over it, lost his teeth, was so beat up. Oh, girl. Yeah. And when they came out, it was a training camp. Thank you so much. When he was laying in the hospital bed and his mother was there, but it's just so sad what they've done. And they're just trying to sweep it under the rug. And
but that's how they do up there.
Of course. But today was the day that happened to him. And then in October, when the class graduated, they made him an honorary graduate.
Come on now.
Whatever. Lame. Whatever. So I just wanted to mention that. Didn't know, because my side of the aisle, my darling, because you've been on the Donaldson, where have I been? I've missed out on the first on Charlie's. And then I've been playing, and then I've been playing Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego with Wendy now, right?
As have we all. Look, I'm in Adelson Anonymous. I am not ashamed to say it. I am a hardcore member of Adelson Anonymous. I am obsessed with all things Adelson crime family, and I have been for 11 years. So if you have questions, if there are parts of this case that you don't understand, I got you, girl.
We do. Well, I'll tell you the first question that I have is, do you think that Donna is in a position where she can try to, do something to her, take herself out, do something to her before the
sentencing
on October 14th? Or are they watching her like eyeballs on, are they just sitting there going, Donna, girl, no?
So she has been in the medical wing on close supervision since the day after her conviction. The night of her conviction, she was, of course, evaluated as the judge requested. Look, I know all her personal business. But since the day after she was convicted, she has been on close observation, which is in the you can't unalive yourself room, naked in a turtle suit, no sheets. I'm like, they ain't even giving no clean panties or nothing. I would say I was okay just so I get some clean drawers, but that's just me. They have you in a room where the lights never go off. You don't get a pillow. You get like a ham sandwich to sleep on. That's it. So they've had her on close observation for over a week to keep her safe. I think that after the initial shock of being convicted wears off, she will have some sort of hope because she's this kind of delusional that like, oh, I'm going to get this overturned. And I think that'll last long enough for her to go on off to her new forever home and start bossing people around over there. That is my supposition. I don't know.
Can
That's
she,
what I feel in my spirit.
well, can she file an appeal?
Sure, she will. Of course
Yeah.
she will. Will it
Yeah, I think
succeed
so.
is another question.
I don't think so. I don't think it's going to, but I think she's going to because she's going to fight this. But the day that she was convicted and she was talking under her breath, I swear she said, Wendy did this. Reading her lips,
Yeah.
I swear that she said, Wendy did this.
I saw people say Wendy did this or this is ridiculous. One of the jurors, because for the general public, she screamed out or whatever, and then it got muted. The foreperson of the jury reported that she said, "You're convicting an innocent woman," is one of the many things that she yelled out.
Yeah. What a circus. What a three rings. What imagine.
Oh my God.
I can't even think that whole family, how messed up. And when I saw last week, because I'm playing catch up now. So I saw last week the interview of the young man that was talking with Dan Markel in the car when that happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Terrible.
Terrible. Can you not think that he's going to remember this for the rest of his life? I mean,
absolutely. And the trauma of just like, oh my gosh, it's bad enough if something like this happens, but then when it becomes like a national case and it's on the news over and over, and there are podcasts and there's all the things for 11 years. The thing that I wonder about is there's so many children affected in this case, not only just the Markel children, but the children of Sigfredo and Katie, the children of Charlie, the children of Luis Garcia, like everybody, the hit people, there's so many families have been so deeply affected and so many innocent children. It's crazy.
Why do you think Katie, other than wanting to get, her fresh boobs and everything else from what Charlie, why do you think she turned down that she could have been a free woman walking around with her children?
Because think about it this way. At that time, two things happened. Number one, her attorney, Tara Kawas, was telling her, we can beat this. Also at that time, Charlie had not been arrested. None of the Adelsons had been touched. Okay. There was undercover video footage, but the feeling on the defense team for Katie, and she had two top, very, very expensive private attorneys representing her. They were like, you can beat this. The first jury hung. The second time you're going to go and you're just going to be able to go home and you're going to be free. What she had not counted on or failed to realize was that the reason her first jury hung was not because there was not enough evidence, but because one of the jurors said, these two parents are on trial and I can't send both parents away forever. So they convicted Sigfredo because he had done the wet works, but they were like, well, Katie was the go-between, and Katie allowed herself to believe the foolish lie that she was, she's like, I'm in good with the Adelsons. All the poor brown people are now in jail. I'm going to be over here with these rich Adelsons and I'm going to get off and I'm going to be free and I'm going to raise my kids. She was crazy. She was out of her mind and deluded. But Donna was telling people she was going to go free. And everybody knew that wasn't happening.
Well, do you think that maybe Katie was thinking that if she took some type of plea that these Latin King people would not have liked it and would have done something with her? What do you think?
I don't even even think it got that far for her. I mean, she had, by the time she got arrested, and I think she said it in one of her proffers, she had been living a lie for so long. I mean, the first time they made her an offer, Sigfredo was up for the unalive penalty. And she's like, okay, I can't do that to the father of my children. I can't go home and say to my kids, hey, kids, I'm here, I'm free, but your father is now going to lose his life behind what I said, right? So the first time she turned it down, that made more sense to me. The second time, everybody was going on her team, and she had top-notch defense lawyers, far better than even Donna's lawyers. She had top defense lawyers telling her, we got this, don't worry about it, everything's going to be okay. And she was like, I've been telling myself these lies for years. All I did was carry information and carry money. She was lying to herself.
Well, do you think? I'm sorry, go ahead.
It didn't work out that good. And it did not work out good for her.
How? Well, I've been hearing rumors that Charlie and Katie have been transferred somewhere undisclosed. Do you think that they testified in front of another grand jury, or do you think that they did? No, they just went somewhere.
They went back home. Well, first of all, Charlie, nobody wants to touch Charlie. First of all, Charlie you can't compel him to talk. He has pending appeals. And so they can transfer him. They can compel his body to be in the Leon County Jail, but they can't compel him to take the stand. He could get up there and just plead the fifth, which they're not going to do. He knew when they transferred him that he was never going to testify. He went because he had to go, but he was never going to testify. And Georgia Kappelman said, we didn't want to tangle with him if we didn't have to. They were only going to call him on rebuttal if Donna had testified. And so he was transferred back to South Dakota. Katie has told 100 different stories. And at the grand jury level, you don't have to have Katie testify. You can have a cop get up there and say, this is what we found out from Katie. Katie herself does not have to use the words. So, and Katie at this point is doing whatever she can do to get out of Lowell or to get a lesser sentence. It's unlikely to happen.
Yeah, that was my next question. What do you think the probability of her, even if she goes against Wendy or Harvey, who's next? But I think it's too late. I think it's too late for Katie.
It's too late for Katie because in Florida, life is life. You know, they're not going to take her from LWOP, life without the possibility, to life with the possibility. That's not a thing in Florida. The most she can hope for is a better prison assignment. But Lowell, which they say is a terrible prison, I don't know that the other Florida prisons are better. Maybe she gets a nicer prison or one closer to home or closer to her family, something like that. Hi, kitty cat.
This is Sammy. She's my co-streamer. She's my little girl. She always has to come in and sit. You know, she's a mean girl. Thank you. She's an old girl. She's mommy's girl. She's an old girl, but she has to hang. So she always knows when we're live. I don't know. So anyway,
she can feel it. She can feel it in her spirit.
She's got the vibe. She's got look at those eyes, giving everybody around here eyeballs like, don't you even? Yes, ma'am. So
she's adorable.
Thank you. So what do you think now? Who's next? Wendy? Harvey?
I think Wendy's next. I mean, listen, if they had enough to pick up Harvey, in my opinion, they would have picked him up when because Harvey was sort of caught up in the thing with the jailhouse snitches. It was Harvey who was sending the Zelle money. It was Harvey who was sort of moving and grooving and moving things around. I think that Harvey is not, the juice won't be worth the squeeze. He's in his 80s. His health is not great. By the time it comes to trial, it might not be worth it at all. But is he an unindicted co-conspirator? Absolutely. But I would suspect that they have more on Wendy because Harvey was not that chatty. I suspect Wendy wasn't as chatty as well that we know of. There are some calls that are still under seal. So who knows?
Well, this is going to
who knows what they have on Wendy?
Well, we all know that she left, that her house that she was renting with, what's his face,
Yep.
and
George.
George. And at this point, I mean, I think she's just under the radar. She knows everybody is on Wendy watch and wanting to know where she is because, gee, I'm always snooping around too. At this point, I'm vested. I want to see where she is.
We're all playing Where's Wendy? We are all playing the game, the hot new game, Where's Wendy? Somebody said they like the art on my wall. My son is an artist and he created that.
Oh,
thank you so much.
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
It better be, for as much as I'm paying for him to go to art school. Sorry, go ahead.
I get it. So, but at this point, do you think it's going to take a long time for Wendy? Or do you think, no, I don't think so either. I think it'll be before the end of this year. But where will the boys go?
Well, word on these true crime streets is that Wendy is trying to get her boyfriend George to adopt her children. Now, I don't know how likely that is. Wendy has, full parental rights. I don't know what that means for the grandparents because this case is so high level, has gotten so much media and press. I don't know that a judge would sign off on that. Who knows? But I don't know. I know Wendy to be a smart woman who gets all her ducks in a row. So she has probably set up everything, whether it's her estate planning documents, trusts, whatever. I would suspect that she has everything all lined up. She seems to have many good friends. So one of her friends, I would imagine, would take care of the kids, but they're old enough now, high school age? That, they're just a couple of years off from college. They could even go to boarding school. Who knows?
I think they're like junior high, early high school age. I'm not sure.
Early high school.
Something.
One was bar mitzvah 2 years ago. What are you, 13? So she's got a 15 and a 16-year-old.
Okay. So it's not long. And I have to sit back and I have to think, gee, could the Adelsons not have waited until they were old enough? I mean, it's been 11 years, and look at how this has torn up this family. I mean, talk about inheriting the wind, right? This is this is what I'm saying about generational curses. It's not God. It's the actions of one person. It's Donna, followed by Harvey, followed by, they got money. They think they can just buy their way out of things. And they were left go, the bump. That's what cracks me up, the bump. And that reminds me, everyone, please bump the like button on both Kathy's side and mine.
Yes.
And please subscribe to both Kathy's and mine. But you, for that to come in, but okay. So tell me when the FBI came in, at what point and why? Because it was going across state lines, or was it?
When this first started happening, right? When all of this first jumped off, the FBI was notified pretty quickly because Tallahassee is, a big enough police force, but because Dan Markel was so high profile, and they're like, we don't know. It seems like a hit. These people might have come from out of town. They needed somebody who could do the geofencing and all of these things. So the FBI was brought in right away. I think Dan's popularity, also them being pure evil, is what undid the Adelsons, because they thought, we're just going to do this quiet little thing and it's just some college professor. Nobody will notice the difference. But from day one, it exploded. If somebody got, unfortunately, unalived on your block right now, it would make the local news. It's certainly, Nancy Grace wouldn't know about it. But this case immediately was national news, and Dateline was there, and all of these other people were there. Why? For this particular professor? Who knows? And it's Dan's good luck, the Markel family's good luck, and the Adelsons' bad luck. But Donna was so set on winning. She had to have the win. And she won that little battle and lost the whole rest of her life and the lives of her children, her husband, her wider family. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And in total denial. Total denial.
Yeah.
It's like a pathological liar, in my opinion, believing
Yeah.
the lies that she tells. She's never going to be, take responsibility. That's just sad. You're making me
She's a
very
sociopath. She's a
yeah,
sociopath from the word go. And it's, you know how they say, like, she's one of those people who obviously believes their own lies. But
yeah,
there's a book called, I don't remember if it's The Psychopath Next Door or The Sociopath Next Door. Donna was that mom who always had to win. Her kids are better than your kids. Like when we did the Lori Vallow case, we talked about there's like the regular funeral potato Mormons, and then there's like the better than you Mormons who they're just a little more Mormon-y than you. And then there's the zombie Mormons who think they can out unalive people. Donna is the same. When she was the Cub Scout mom, she was the better than you Cub Scout mom. When she was the PTA mom, whatever it was, there's always that next level. And Donna had to win, and she just took it too far. But we frequently see these people in true crime, for better or worse. We see them all the time. The cheerleader mom who put out a hit on the other cheerleaders' parents. Like, there's all kinds of crazies. Hey, Mona says, I have a relative like that. Girl, same. I'm not going to name names, but people in my family know exactly who. A lot of people, look, I got some relatives who would whack people if they thought they could get away with it, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
I think we all know somebody like that. I think we all know somebody like that, and they just stay one step ahead of everything. Absolutely.
Or don't do anything bad enough to go to jail. You know what I mean?
Well, that's it. And I don't understand why anybody would want to do any of this anyway, because look at the age and time we live in. I mean, everything, cameras, digital, I mean, phones, bumps, right? Bumps that go bump in the night.
But 11 years ago, not so much. I mean, think, like, we had a lot of technology. But as time goes on, because there's no statute of limitations on unaliving somebody, they can just hold on. Like, they held on to that Matsuri tape and the Dolce Vita tapes that, where the FBI recorded Charlie and Katie, in the cafe. They just held on to it. And when the technology was better, they were able to clean up the recordings. And they're like, oh, we couldn't get you 11 years ago, but we got you right now,
See, that's just so amazing to me, because it just, why would you want to take a chance? That's, to me, why? Because like you said, look at the lives that have been ruined. It's not only the Markel, Adel, and I'm sorry, I'm going to call those kids Markel kids, because they are not Adelsons. That is just low of what Wendy did. And they knew.
Yep.
They knew what they were doing.
Sure.
They knew what they were doing. Craziness.
But you know those people who have to be right. Have to be right. Have to be right. Yeah. Smarter than you, better than you. So smart they're washing money in the washing machine. Like, girl. Crazy town.
And then it's molding. And they can't do it. And stapling the money together. Who staples their money together? That's a telltale sign. You could almost deny that. You could almost deny it, but that's a common trait. And it cracks me up because I tell everybody, all of my people, because I write everything down. I'm a note taker. I write it all down. And I'm saying, if you do something you shouldn't be doing, don't write it down, because they found Donna Adelson's planner from 2013 where it looked sus.
Yes.
You just don't want to do that. I mean,
you know what's crazy though? That planner was turned over by Donna's previous attorney, Daniel Rashbaum. He did not, that's an unforced error. Daniel Rashbaum did not have to turn over Donna Adelson's old planners, but he was like, look, we have these things here, take them, prosecution. She's a very organized person, blah, blah, blah. And the prosecutor's office just probably had some intern or whatever, some low-level lawyer just sitting there going through all these planners, and they happened to stumble across in one of her old planners that note. And they said they still have more planners they haven't even gone through yet. Wendy girl, you in trouble.
She's next. And the thing
For
of it is,
sure.
people don't realize they'll take their time, just like in the Karen Reed case. Everybody wants to have things happen now. But oh, don't we love it when they take their time? Because the more they take their time, the more crap comes out. And the more that it comes out, because they want to make sure that they have an airtight case.
Yep.
That's why they don't jump right away. That's why.
Yep. So, little by little by little.
Wendy will be gone, and I think she will be indicted before the end of the year. And
agree.
We'll have another, I hope that the Markells can step in and do something. Wendy has to think in the back of her mind, because the moment she was on that case, on the stand, and said, "Oh, you're not going to arrest me." Oh, girl. That would give me the incentive to say, "Oh, well, here, just give me a minute here. Let me fill out this here."
Georgia Heppelman was like, "Don't tempt me with a good time, honey. I got a bag full of subpoenas right over here."
Trick or treat. Pick one. One. I've seen people.
I'm not a psychic. I don't have tarot cards. I don't have anything like that. But I feel like in early October, Wendy is going to get picked up. And I have a system as to why I think this.
Okay,
that is because when last time at Charlie's trial, at Katie's trial, it was all about Charlie, but it was Katie's trial, right? And then Katie gets convicted and Charlie's arrested. And then at Charlie's trial, they just kept talking about Donna. And as soon as Charlie gets convicted, I was like, okay, good. I can breathe I can breathe easy and go on with my life. And then I went on vacation. I was on a cruise, and I started getting text messages like, "Girl, Donna Adelson got arrested at the airport." And I was like, trying to find some decent Wi-Fi on my cruise. I was like, let me get down to the Lido deck. And I'm like, I'm reporting live from the Lido deck, talking about Donna Adelson's arrest. I wanted to see the video. I wanted to hear it, because they were saying that like something about a phone call is what got her caught. I had to know every single thing. And then I'm going on vacation in early October, and I was like, watch me be in Aruba when they say they arrested Wendy, and I have to find the version of the Lido deck on that vacation, like reporting live from the pink sand beaches of Aruba.
I love it.
Because I feel like when I go on vacation, Adelsons get arrested. Isn't it all about me? It's all about me.
It is. And I'll tell you what, I have your number. So if I hear, and I know you're on vacation, girl, I'll be burning up my line to get to you and say, "Oh, you better be
telling you.
Well,
yes,
I knew, because when we talked about it, because I streamed live during the verdict, we did a verdict watch, and I was streaming live. It was a lot of fun. Actually, I have this series for Halloween called Help, I'm Haunted. And it was that night I started telling scary stories, and all of a sudden, like, they're like, the jury's back. And I'm like, oh my, forget it. Where's that stream? Let's go. And that's when we saw it. But I told everybody, I said, this tells me right here that in their closing remarks, Georgia, that timeline was Wendy. And it was, I don't want to say that I'm first, because I certainly wasn't, but I told the chat, I think it was last Saturday night or whenever it was, I said, I know the foreman. I saw her I reached out to her and asked her if she would come on the show. She's not yet, but maybe she will. But when she started talking about, well, we know that Wendy, we saw Wendy's picture. We knew in the timeline, we knew she was hit. We knew all this. We knew this. I'm thinking, they did that on purpose, because they wanted to see the involvement. And I've seen people get convicted on less circumstantial evidence.
Absolutely. Look, when the judge, I was watching Crime Junkie Jury with Brandy Churchwell, right? And I was like, I don't know how long it's going to take for them to get to this. I was like, look, I'm having a yarn emergency. I was running out to get some yarn because I was knitting some socks, as I have been doing for weeks now. Oh, wait.
Oh, let's see.
Here's one of the socks I knitted. I've dropped a lot of stitches, so it has all my stitch markers. But yeah, there's my sock. I got to finish it up. Anyway,
nice.
I was like, I'm just gonna run out to Michael's really fast. And Brandy was talking about whatever, and then she's like, "There's a verdict," and I was like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "Okay." I was like this. Walking through Michael's, like, can I get to the checkout? Because I had chosen my yarn. I was like, okay, I have these really lovely colors. Let me go. I'm gonna see if I can get to the checkout. But it happened so fast. And the judge was down there saying, nobody freak out. We will kick you out of here if you freak out. And I was like, okay, let me just go over to the bead aisle, because all the pretty beads, it was gonna be soothing to my spirit, right? And so they were like, 2 seconds. No, they're like, 20 minutes, and then they'll come and read the verdict. I was like, I have time for self-checkout. I'm over here looking at the beads, and they're like, we find you guilty. She was like, and I was like, people at Michael's turned around and looked at me, and I was like, apparently you might get kicked out of Michael's too if you freak out in the bead aisle. The beads were not that soothing to me. I thought they would calm my spirit. They did not. I embarrassed myself. And then every time they was like, count one, I was like, you would have thought it was me. And you know how in the movies when somebody gets shot, they're like,
right.
That was me. Every time they said she was guilty again, it was a situation. It was. I made it to the car for the victim impact statements, but I was just like,
was that just not? I was so happy to hear.
Oh my God.
Markel's, and so moving. And when Mr. Markel got up there and said, we have this Jewish, and listen, I have a lot of Jewish friends. You would think I'm Jewish, I'm telling you. And I have so many, and they told me what that saying is, and I can't repeat it in Yiddish. I just can't. But it is, I wish you a long and healthy, prosperous life, blah, 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 live to 120, and all that is biblical numerics and blah, blah, blah. And when he got up there and said that, it's like, may this be your sentence more than being locked up. May you be haunted by Dan Markel.
I think she already is.
I think so.
She told June Unchumba, who was one of Charlie's 5,000 girlfriends, she was standing out on the balcony of their very gorgeous apartment. What's crazy is they had everything. They had money. They had prestige. They had the gourmet club. They were going to all these countries with the Gladys in them down at the country club, whatever else. And they gave all that up. For what? For jail? But she told she was crying on her balcony one day, and June said, "What's wrong?" Look, June's head, poor thing, just full of air. She don't know what to do with herself. And Donna was like, "I feel like he's haunting me from beyond the grave." Like, girl, because you did evil to him. He probably is. Every time you close your eyes, he's like, "Hey, heifer, how you doing? You changed my kid's name? You did what?"
Just like Chris Watts. I have seen tough men, like big, burly, tough biker men, go to jail and be reduced to crying babies because they are so haunted by the victim spirits that come in, and there ain't nothing they can do about it. Hello. And I think that he probably already is. He's probably, I call her Donna Adelson, adder being a snake. Yes. The snake in the Bible, the adder, the foot, the hole of the adder. Yeah, Donna Adelson. And Wendy, I think there's a little touch of some type of mental there with Wendy to think
to think that
who drives by They always return to the scene of the crime. Who drives by the crime scene? Hello.
She's a little touched in the head, but if you listen to Jeff Lacoste talk about her and describe like how enmeshed the family was and how she would do bad things and then tell on herself, like there's a whole psychopathy that's happening in that family. Poor what's the son, Rob Adelson?
Rob.
Rob Adelson is the Marilyn Munster of that family. You know how the Munsters are all like hideous, but Marilyn was gorgeous and they were like, ooh, poor thing. Rob is the Marilyn Munster of that family. He seems like a nice, decent, hardworking man, taking care of his family, living his life, getting away from the crazy. He is the change that he wanted to see in the world. Thank God. Thank God. He's the change maker in that family, because those folks.
I could just see the emotion that he was holding back as he was testifying. That was raw right there. A grown man knowing that his mother, his sister, his brother are all being looked at, convicted, possibly his papa, possibly, and yeah, Papa Harvey, maybe, but they may want to make an example. I mean, who knows? They may want to do something. We don't know. Maybe not. But it'd be funny if he were the only one that walked out of the whole crime umbrella. But I can tell you what, I think Donna is going to think that she's going to be able to save herself if she starts singing. I really believe she's going to start, and she's just delusions. She's Delulu. Yeah, she's delusional.
I don't think she'll ever tell on herself, because think about it. Like, I'm 55. It's hard for me to change some of my ways. The older you get, the more set in your ways you are. Donna Adelson has run everybody around her life for years and years and years, for generations. You think a 75-year-old woman is suddenly going to change her ways and get humble? I think not. I think she'll go to her grave saying, "You did this to me. I'm the martyr." She's deeply, deeply mentally ill. And I believe she and Harvey Adelson were equally yoked in that. They had to be right. They had to win. They had to. And, But what's crazy is that Daniel Markel in life, one of his big philosophies, right? Like one of his legal philosophies was that to have an orderly society, if somebody commits a crime, those people must be punished. None of this like, well, we'll do like a little, like you could sort of rehab them and rehabilitate them. But people who committed crimes must be punished, and they must be punished publicly, so that they could really like get it through their thick skull. And so there's a part of me that thinks, maybe the ghost of Danny Markel is like, I was not playing. I had this theory in life. Now I'm on the other side of glory. He's over at the Endless Heaven Buffet kosher section, of course. But he's like, we're gonna make sure that some justice still happens.
I think that's right. And I think that he had a very good mindset of that too, because that's how you make an example. People see you made an example of, well, you're not going to do it. All this fiddling around in the justice system, but innocent people going to jail and not so many innocent people not going, this sort of thing. And it's kind of bass backwards a little bit, but hey, but I'm here. I'm here for it now. I'm vested. I'm here for it now. So tell me, what is next? Is there any new case on your agenda? Who's next?
So I've been following for the past couple of years, Corey Richins, who's not going to go to trial until early 2026. I'm on the Corey Richins case right now. Honestly, there's always a lot of cases out there, but I don't cover every case. There's a bunch of different kinds of cases that I don't cover. If it's a little bit like weird and off kilter, that's my jam. Like the crazier it is, the better I like it. Right now, I've been playing Meet the Neighbors because Donna Adelson is going to be at the Lowell Correctional Facility, which is the
I
largest
saw
women's
that.
prison in the country, as far as we know. And so there are some very, very high profile um, felons at Lowell. And so I've just sort of been going through the different ones to see who might be Donna's new prison daughter. So we've looked at what's her name? I don't remember anybody's names. Hang on. DiPolito.
Uh,
DiPolito is
yes,
at
yes,
Dahlia DiPolito
yes,
is
yeah.
at Lowell, and so I covered her case. There's a couple of really wild cases where the defendants have ended up at Lowell. And so right now I'm just sort of giving an overview. I think on Monday I'm going to do Hiccup Girl. There's this girl who was known, like she got on all these national TV shows because she couldn't stop hiccuping. It's a very bizarre case. And so she is currently at Lowell. So I'm going to cover Hiccup Girl. There's a couple of other weirdos out there that I'm going to cover. And Sarah Boone is at Lowell. I might revisit her case just a little bit. I covered her case in detail as it happened.
Yes.
I have to see what pops up. I literally, and I also like to find new cases that nobody else is covering. So
the TikTok psychic.
That case is so crazy. That case is so nuts. EDB has been following her. Yeah. I only know her from EDB. And so when Emily talks about her, I'm like, wait, and then she did what? And then she did what? And then she did what? You know, it's one of those.
I remember seeing her on the Talkie Tick. I remember watching a long time ago after this thing happened, because those pages gravitate, and they always come to me. Oh, would you like a reading? Oh, no, thanks. And right. And so I saw this chick, and she was like, "Oh no, this university, she's the one who did it." And it grasped me that she was so compelling. That was all the part. It was so compelling. And she thought, well, she's going forward as this belief of her card reading is her religion, and they are going against her religion and blah, blah, blah. And so she was getting down deep in the dirty and saying, oh, this university professor did this and this and this and this. And I mean, I couldn't help myself because I was not taught to do that. You have to be respectful, and you don't,
Of course.
And I wrote on there, I said, in all fairness, unless you have deep down dirty facts and proof, even sometimes the cards are influenced by the way you want to think. And you have to be really, really careful. And perhaps you should maybe revisit this. Oh, she came out. She called me out. It was alive. She called me out. Who do you think you are? I said, well, I'm somebody. Oh, yeah. I said, I'm somebody that's got 50 years experience over you, my darling. That's who I is. Oh, she was coming out. And I mean, the language girl. I'm like, whoa, I didn't even know that word existed. She called me oh yeah, hello. She called me, I mean, I wasn't shocked because I considered the source.
Right.
And so, but she just like, oh, how dare you? And then her community was like, how dare you? You must be working for that professor. You must be a troll for the professor. And I bet you were involved with this. And she was going on and on and on. And I said, just wait.
Wow.
Yeah. I said, just wait. You're bringing karma on yourself. Now, everybody ought to know this. This is not professional. And I'm just going to say this before I leave. Anybody who gets a reading from this woman better be cautious. And she blocked me, and then I couldn't see. And I've got 2 accounts. I've got a cat account, of all things, cats. So sometimes, so I could go and visit all this stuff, but her account was then taken down. Wasn't long afterward when all of this stuff started happening, but it was like, And then I saw the one where that young girl, what's her name? Grace Addison, the one that unalived her parents and was all over TikTok.
Oh yes, that girl. Yeah. That girl.
Girl. Yeah. I saw all that where she was boo-hooing and all this other stuff. And I thought, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't look right. I don't know. So anyway, right now I'm just kind of regrouping, going with the flow, I want to try to see if there is something out there like you. I don't want to get in on the, I want to see if there's something that is different. I want to see
I'm very interested, and I'm following. There's a couple of OnlyFans cases. The Courtney Clenny case, I will not be following, but there's another OnlyFans model who was caught up in a fetish situation, Michaela Ryler's Dam, where the reason that case has got my attention is because she used a lot of crafting supplies. She was like the S&M lady, and she glued the guy's boots to his feet.
Yes.
And she used the wrong glue. I was just like, she is clearly an amateur. Well, you don't use what did they what's
Gorilla
the one?
Glue?
Gorilla Glue. That is the wrong glue for that job. Absolutely not. You need E6000 if you want somebody's boots to really stick to their feet. That case is 100 kinds of crazy, but I mean, I understand that E6000 has fumes and stuff, but it would do the job a lot faster. Anyway, she was being all cute and wiggling and whatever, and her husband was like, girl, can you check and see if he's breathing? And she's like, what? I'm performing for the camera. Oh, wait. And then she goes and she's doing the CPR and stuff, and I was like,
did you see
did she take the saran wrap off him first, though? You couldn't take the saran wrap off? I don't. But her whole thing is she put pink duct tape over his mouth and then a plastic bag over his head because that's what he wanted. But for safety, she had cut slits in the plastic bag. So she's maintaining that he died from natural causes. Ma'am. No. Because he had high blood pressure, asthma, warts on his feet. I don't know what his problem. He had hepatitis. He had a whole bunch of other comorbidities that made the kind of activities he was that he was participating in not great for his health. But that bag over your head. But she's like, but we cut slits in the bag.
I'm sorry to say.
So she maintains his asthma might have killed him. Okay.
Well,
56 years old and living with roommates. Now, listen, you can live with roommates at any age, fine. But he had paid this lady $11,000 to glue his shoes to his feet. Sir, you couldn't rent your own apartment, but you had $11,000 to give to this heifer for the wrong glue? Are you serious right now? I'm offended on the strength of the wrong craft products and her excuse of natural causes. She was real cute, though. And I'm like, ma'am, no, I don't. Maybe he was allergic to the plastic in the bag. Maybe he had an asthma attack because he had a latex allergy or something. I don't know.
Did she glue his eyes shut? Because I know he wanted that too.
Yes. He had requested that his eyes be glued shut. I'm not sure if she actually glued them shut. She did put tape over his mouth, so I guess that maybe cut off some of the requests that he was making. But if I could come to somebody's house and just instruct them on proper craft supplies, you can pay me $11,000.
Couple of knitting needles, right? Couple of knitting needles. Mm-hmm. You can get creative with that. Get creative with the
I will make you some kinky stitch markers, whatever you need. I'm all about it.
I'm sorry, but I want to see those videos. Are they ever going to show them?
There's two. Is it bad that I want to see?
I,
Well, maybe they will play them in court.
they
But
might.
but nobody was naked. That's the thing that's wild. She was in lingerie and he was in sweatpants. How unsexy is it to die in sweatpants? He was wrapped in saran wrap from like his knees to his feet, and his shoes were glued on his feet. But sweatpants? You all just laid out there fat and dead with pink tape over it. It's just so humiliating. At least have on some cute underwear or something.
She's gonna go away. I just know it. They're gonna nail her. She's done.
Well, I mean,
I'm sorry.
It was consensual though. So like,
yeah, there's a fine line there. I had a case kind of
Yeah.
like this years ago, Kathy, that I worked on years ago. And it was really gross.
Exactly what part were you doing? Like, were you holding the duct tape? What was happening?
Working with the police, with the cards and everything, working with that, doing that sort of thing. And it involved a man who asked for the help of a lovely lady that he exchanged dollars for to perform a body function on his chest. And he ended up passing away. And the whole thing was weird. And they ended up, oh girl, there's two of them. There was two of them. Another one was, there was a case where this woman was being hurt a lot by her husband, and he was drunk and that sort of thing. And one night he got really drunk and she was all beat up and everything else, and she plugged her curling iron in and took his pants down, and away she went. Killed him.
Oh. Wait. How do you kill somebody with a hot curling iron? I mean,
it fried his innards, girl. It was hot. He wasn't even awake. He was so drunk that he woke up right toward the end.
I was gonna say, I bet that woke him up.
Right toward the end, and it burned his whole colon, everything. She just let her rip, tater chip, and that was it. And she walked because she had proof. Yes. She had proof. I mean, she looked like a puff adder. Her face, bless her heart, was just, he tore her up bad and continued.
My God.
And she would call the gendarme, and they would come out and they would talk to him and they would let him go. And then when she would get it worse, and then, it was this habitual thing. She just could not get away from him. She would try to get away from him and he would go and get her and bring her back. It was this loop, this hamster loop of events. And finally, it's horrible. Finally, and this was years ago. Years ago. I can't even think.
What brand of curling iron was it? I mean, that's a hot curling iron.
But girl, it was an 1.5 inch barrel. An 1.5 inch barrel. And I'm sorry to say this, but I was like, they do something like that, you better be careful.
My family on my father's side is from Mississippi, and that old Mississippi justice, if your husband wasn't acting right, if his act right was not fully installed, my mama, my grandmama, my great grandma and them talked about, you had two options. Now you could get yourself some fish grease, after you done frying up all the fish, and that fish is real hot. If he came at you with some nonsense, you throw some hot fish grease on him. That was plan A, right? But also plan B, you make yourself a big pot of grits or oatmeal, depending on what you have in the house. And you put either honey or molasses in it and wait for them to fall asleep. And then you just pour them hot grits on them. Now, but apparently the hot grits, because of the honey, would stick to your skin. I don't know all the mechanics about it, but them old ladies down in Mississippi, down in Scuba, Mississippi, what you didn't want to do is make your wife mad. This was back in the day, like way back in the day. That's what my grandma and them used to say. But I'd never heard of the curling.
The girl, 1.5 inch barrel. What would that be? 1.5 inch barrel. Hello, piping hot. She described in court She let that baby plugged in for at least 30 minutes. You know it was barreling hot. No, nothing. No assistance.
That's before they even had those little heat gloves. Now if you curl your
Oh
hair, you
yeah.
get one of them heat gloves. She
Just
didn't even have
had
the
that
heat glove.
just had that little duckbill thing, right? You just clamp it and a little duckbill comes open, you put your hair. Oh, honey. I mean, this was back, I can't even think how old. This was back in the 1980s when this happened. And the jury let her go. The women were like, no, no. Enough is enough. This is your fault, copperoonies. You kept letting him go. You kept letting him go. At what point do you take responsibility and hold these people that want to cause harm? Hello?
I bet you all the neighbors and stuff was like, baby, I love you. Here's some flowers. I made dinner. I cleaned the house. Like,
But the whole community came together for her. The whole community came together for her. And because this guy was a scoundrel. He was like a town scoundrel and would beat up women, thank God they didn't have any children, but she took matters
He
into
sounded like he needed some fish grease. Listen, she didn't even have to fry no fish. She didn't have to stink up her whole house and get what do you call it, cornmeal all over the kitchen. She's like, that's okay. I got this plugged right on it. Put this Conair right here, plug it right in. When I was a kid, we used to curl our hair, and if you left it sitting on the wood floor, it would burn the wood floor. My bedroom floor had parquet tiles on the floor.
Oh yeah.
It would burn the wood on the floor because it would get that hot.
Girl, the one thing that I'll never forget in the closing arguments that the prosecutor said was, he said, this woman didn't take into an account the harm she was going to cause this man, and not even preparation H would help him. Now, why in the name of all that's holy would you say something like that? And he was serious. And from what I understand, the jury busted. And even the judge broke up on that one. It's like, this has got to be a game. Got to get those tucks out, baby. Hello.
My God.
So when I was married back in the day, anytime somebody just looked at me and said, do I need to plug in my curling iron? Do I need to plug? Oh my gosh. But yeah. Weird.
That's crazy.
Oh, girl.
I would be upset when my ears would get burned. But look, I'm old enough that when you went to the hairdresser, she had it was like a gas flame. Do you remember this? The gas flame? And they would just stick it inside. It was cordless because there was no electricity. She would heat it up basically over the stove, and then she'd pull it out, and you see like a puff of smoke come out. She'd curl your hair.
It was it was the size of a straw. It was a wee little barrel.
They had all different sizes. Yep. But you could heat them in like a stove thing. Yep.
I'm old enough to remember my great grandmother. They would have, during the summer, the women in the family would have a hair day down at my great grandmother's house. They were all on the farm, and my great grandmother had the iron. The iron.
Yes.
She would put it on the stovetop, and somebody would lay their hair out, tuck it, and on an ironing board, and away they would go.
Oh my God.
Talk about
God.
Hot press, boy. And it would stay like that and be stiff as a board. And
I'm sure.
I was always scared.
Old school.
That was very old school. They were old school. It was just hilarious. But
oh my gosh.
More curling irons. I haven't used I've got a flat iron, but I don't have a curling iron. But it's like,
I haven't used a curling iron in years. I keep my hair short because heat. But prior to getting it all cut off like this, I had dreadlocks for 20 years. So I'm like,
really?
Oh yeah.
I love that.
Oh yeah. Very long dreadlocks for a very long time. A very long time. Mm-hmm.
I've got to ask you, how do you wash your hair? What do you do? Do you keep them clean? You don't. What do you do?
You just wash them. No, you just wash them.
Really?
I mean, one of my kids has dreadlocks right now. Yeah, you wet it and you put the shampoo and you just wash it.
And they don't come out.
And then it dries. No, they don't come out.
Oh, I love that.
You could swim in them, you go whatever. Yeah. I mean, it depends how they're done, but like once I had very long dreadlocks. Now, when I would wash my hair, they'd stay wet all day. It would be the next day before they dried. But yeah. I would go swimming. I would, swim in the ocean, swim in the pool, whatever. They were kind of indestructible.
I love
you can do anything.
I love it. I love it. Yep. I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful. I think this is great. I think this is great. Do you need to go, my darling? Is it too late?
I do need to go. I do need to go out to my sister-in-law's house to drop some stuff off. So I got to get on the road and then come home and go to bed.
I'm so glad that you came by. Please accept our invitation to come back at any time. We love having you.
And you'll have to come over on Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo and read my cards. I would love it.
Hey, listen, I was kind of afraid to ask you because I do EVPs. And I have an EVP, an electronic voice phenomenon. I think we were picking up Dan Markel the other night. Girl, you got to come back. We'll do it. What are you doing Thursday night?
I have no idea. I don't plan my weeks that far.
If you're free, if you are free next Thursday night, that's during my limited series, Help, I'm Haunted at 7. You come on over. I tell scary stories and we'll do some EVPs. I'm actually developing a spirit box myself that we're going to be selling. Oh yeah, girl, come. Bring your party, bring your friend, get your popcorn, it's spooky time here in the house of Zelda.
Wait, will I get haunted from doing this? I don't know. No. I'm scared.
No, you don't. No, you won't.
Okay.
Nothing, no people are harmed during the time of House of Zelda. Okay. No, we have a lot of fun. Thing. Oh yeah. I wouldn't do it if I thought anybody would be harmed or anything. But yeah, let me know.
Absolutely. Text me and remind me because you're telling me right now it's not. I'm not gonna remember, but text me and remind me. But yeah, I'll show up.
We'll do that. It sounds good. We'll do the streamy thing and we'll have a lot of fun and maybe Dan will come through. He was saying words. That my people here, all my people, I sound like I'm in some reservation. All my people will tell you that they are, that he was saying words related to the case and to Donna and names. He was naming names. That's why I could tell it was kind of Dan. Usually we do John O'Keefe, but after the sentencing, we did Dan. Are you haunting Donna? Yes. Oh yeah, girl. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're welcome. Come on.
It will be fascinating.
Well, I'll be glad to read the card. You know what you want. We'll do it. Melanie Little, attorney Melanie Little did it with us. And it was amazing. Oh yeah.
Okay.
A lot of fun.
Well, okay, I mean, I've had my own personal psychic for years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. She doesn't even do public readings anymore, but because she married a super rich man and moved out west. But she and I are still in touch.
Hey, you should be. If you find a connection like that, you absolutely should be.
She's amazing.
Wonderful.
She's amazing. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thanks again, my darling. Everyone.
Thank you.
Thank this lovely lady.
Thank you, everybody.
We're going to be following you.
I got to run to my sister-in-law's house.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
You
Bye.
Too, honey. Bye. Was that not fun? Was that not fun? I don't know if I have to. She's still live. I'm going to remove her. I think it's okay to remove her. She's still live on here. Kathy, forgive me. I'm going to remove you here. Oh, no, I can't do that. She's got to do it on her end. Oh, well, hey, she's got to cut down her live first. I tell you what, this is a lot of fun. Was this not a lot of fun? She's the absolute sweetest and most fun going. I love it. This was fun. We got to know her, and that's exactly what it's all about. Now I got a couple of things I want. We're going to keep going. We're keeping going. Stay put. Stay put. We're keeping going. We're keeping going. We're not leaving you. I'm not leaving you, my darlings. Please do me a favor. Give me a bump on that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It's very nice to meet you, Purple Irish Sweater. So happy that you're here and that you found us. Bless you, and thank you for coming over here. Bless you, my darlings. I think she would love this. And I want to invite, for all of you who are still here with us, please do me a favor and not only like Kathy's and go subscribe to her channel, but subscribe here. And just know we've got some Halloween things coming up that we are going to have a blast, as in trivia for Dark Shadows, all kinds of little things. So just remember, so a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Thank you. How dare you? Thank you. Hello, everybody. Okay, now I've got a couple of things that I want to talk about. Thank you. I got to tell you this. The owner of the psychic line, Mrs. Marie, let me put up my, I've got to put up the grifter thing. Thank you very much, because I'm your favorite grifting psychic. The owner of the psychic line got this color on her nails and showed me a picture. And I said, oh no, we have to be twinsies. You can't do that to me. So I went in my next room and I popped on a few of the nails that I had and painted them. Took me 10 minutes maybe. So I don't go and get my nails done. I can't stand to sit there the whole time and have somebody, and then I get home and I think, oh, that one looks wobbly. That one looks horrible. This way, if they just pop off, glue, press, done. That's just the way it is. Thank you so much. Well, I'm so glad that all of you are here. I love having you here. I love having you here, but there's a couple of things I want to talk to you about. I just think, we are in this time, and I like glitter, but I think that I'm not going to say I'm too old, but I have outgrown glitter. Can I say that? I think I have. And if you see, I look like a pale Casper tonight. I have been on antibiotics. I did not sleep last night. And I don't know if you can tell, but I've got this side of my face that's going, hello, Zelda. We're just going to stick out there. So anyway, this is an OPI. I can give it to you. Give me a sec. I'll tell you in a minute what it is. Roxanne, my darling, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your generosity. Roxanne sent a Venmo through. She is adorable, and thank you very much for that. Okay, let me see. I got to tell you the deets on the nails. And I'm going to start putting my eyelashes on again. Hello. All right. Where are we? I'll find it. I promise. Well, where are we? I'll find it. I promise. OPI, I spent $11 for it, but it's good polish. And because I'm going to tell you what I do, I buy the boxes. I go to the beauty supply store. I buy the boxes of the nails, the full nails, the coffin, ballerina, wherever they're. Sometimes I wear the, what are they called? Almond. Sometimes I wear the almond ones. So let me just give me a second. Now I'm on a mission. Now I am on the mission because she sent me this color and she said, "Oh my God, this is it." Where is it? I'll find it. Talk amongst yourselves. She's a talker. Vampire State Building? Yes. And for those of you who don't know, thank you, my darlings, who are here new. I'm having a chat with a real vampire podcast on his channel for October. This should be very interesting. Now, he's not one of those vampires. He's not one of those. So, and there are other ones. Where is this? Oh my heck. Well, I'm going to have to find it and let you know. It's some type of, okay, here it is. Are you ready? I'm going to put it in the chat. I can't even say. Malaga wine. That's what it is. Malaga wine. There we are. I just put it in the chat. So the live schedule here is, my darlings, tomorrow I'm doing a fundraiser for Mike Crawford of the Young Jerks starting at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then I'm doing, so it's going to be 2 p.m. until wherever. Lots of people are going to be coming in. Thank you very much, everyone. Where's the nail polish? I just put it in there. It's Malaga wine. Their colors, I know. OPI has the best. My favorite collection was the Washington, D.C. collection. It's retro now, but if you can find it, the blue and the green, oh, my heart, it's beautiful. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. So, gorgeous. So, you need a nail. Well, we may just do a nail tutorial when these start popping off and I go to a different thing. And believe me, I know what you mean. Oh yeah, you're in here, let me do it this way. I'm going to put up a banner. I'll put up a banner that shows Malaga wine. And then all of you can see it. I can hardly type with it. I'm just going to tell you. Add banner and show. There we go. That's it. There we go. That's it. And the lipstick is Wet n Wild. I will do a nail tutorial. I will be glad to. I do not paint them on. My darling, I love that. I do not paint them. Thank you, Michaela. Beautiful. I don't paint them on. I don't paint them because I can't handle them. So I put them on first and then it's just easier to do the swipe. Swipe. So there we go. Thank you. Lady Laura with nails. Oh my gosh, you guys are so cute. I love you. Oh my God, I love it. Listen, I'm all things. I may be the old grifter, psychic, but I still love this stuff. Earrings. Hello, I'm here for it. Give us a list of what we need for the nails, Rocky. Okay, all right. I will do that. I will say we are going to be, I'll announce we will be doing nails. I will announce that. No way. How can you paint so well? Well, honey, it takes a minute. And plus I have one of those little orange sticks that if I make a boo-boo, I scrape it up really right away. I will do that, Roxy. I promise. I promise. I will do that. I promise. We will do that. Neil at home class. Thank you so much. Well, thank you. You guys are so beautiful and lovely. I love it. Thank you. So I'm going to leave this up here, wherever that is. It's mirrored. So thank you so much. But listen, I've been trying to find the Washington, D.C. collection. I think it came out in 2016. It's one of those retro things, but you know how they have those little, the packet of bottles that you can get all the, I would love that. Now, the only color I don't wear is yellow because I think it looks funky on me, but I think it's beautiful. But on me, it looks funky. But there were some beautiful red and blue and green and, oh, gorgeous colors. Ugh. Yes, Peg, that's right. If you dip the orange stick in the polish remover, it helps. I don't do that, especially if I'm doing it fresh. I don't do it because then I'm afraid I'll hit my nail and, mess it up, scrape it up. But that's an excellent idea too. Pentofol, love OPI, Peru, oh, I know. Don't you love their names? I love OPI names. I love it. I can put, yes, I will put that name here. I'm going to make another banner. It is the Washington, if I can type, it was a limited collection. I think it came out in 2016 for the election thing. There we go. I think it came out. I think it's on there. Oops, no, it didn't take. It didn't take. Here we are. There we are. It is the Washington, D.C. collection. Sometimes you can find remnants on Amazon. If you go on the OPI site, you can maybe sort of kind of find it there. We the Female was one of the DC's colors. Yes. Yes, it was beautiful. I love it. Oh, eBay has Washington. Thank you. Thank you. I may just have to get it. But I probably will be changing my nails a lot since it's spooky season. And then the last week of October, I'll go all black, because you just have to. And then go from there. So, Groovy Cheryl, bless your heart. I didn't think that I could either. But when I first started this stream, I didn't think I could wear red lipstick. And now you can't get me out of it. Hello. My son looks at me and said, Mom, have you been? Yeah, I've been reborn. I fell face first into the paint bucket, and here I am. So I can't wear the yellow, but I'm thinking I can do these. But I do these because I do the video readings and everything else. So okay, it's just me. I Googled it. There was one on eBay with red and green colors. Yeah, it's beautiful. They have another one that is Cajun shrimp. And I wore that one in the summer so much on the toes and on the toes and the fingernails to the point where I just got sick of it. Love the lipsticks, nails, makeup. We need a ladies tutorial. Okay, I'll do it. I'll show you how I put my lipstick on. And even the lipstick that is not advertised to stay on all night, I'll show you how to do it. There's a trick. Had my esthetician's license a long time ago. So I learned the tricks. Plus I had a mother and a grandmother who was all about Hollywood. So there we are. Love pumpkin orange shades for early October. Yes, yes. So there we go. Oh, OPI Magenta Madness. Maeve, I'll have to find that one. Cajun shrimp, though, that was my go-to jam for a long time. Cajun shrimp. Do you mean one of those orange nail files? No, it's called an orange stick. I don't have one out here. Oh, I do. I do have one out here. Of all things, I will be glad to do a tutorial for makeup. I will be glad to do a tutorial for nails, and I'll even show you how easily to put on lashes. I don't wear my lashes anymore, but I usually do all the time because I'm a lash girl. I haven't worn mascara in decades because mascara is bad for you. And well, the kind that I wore anyway, hello. But this is the stick that I'm talking about. And you see the little red on the end there, that right there tells you what I was doing. Getting right in there, right in there. So there you go. It's called an orange stick. I don't know why they call it an orange stick. It's not orange. Well, in the old days it used to be. Okay. But now it's like pointy on one end, and you get these when you get like those boxes of the press-on nails. But I will show you what to get. I'll be glad to show you what to get. And give me a second. Okay. So yeah, I'll show you what to get. Give me a second. Someone text me. Okay, my darlings. All right. So no, I will do that. It was orange wood, but they used to color it orange. Strange name. It is, but the color of it back in the day, I think in the 70s when I would do them, was orange. And they call it an orange stick. So yes, my darlings, we will be doing this. So just make sure that you subscribe and you click on the notification bell. Now, here's something that I found out about subscribing. If you click on the subscribing button, and that goes for everybody, you're going to see a little arrow. And when you click on the arrow, it'll say all or personalized, and then two other choices. Click on the all, because a lot of times people don't get their notifications, and it's because it's stuck on personalize. How do you even personalize? There's nothing to even personalize, so you have to click on all. But I'll show you how to do the lashes. I'm going to show you this. Okay, you see my blush? My blush is the same as my lip color. I'm going to tell you what to do. Now, don't look at this because I don't know what this is, except arthritis, maybe, sort of, kind of. So we'll do it on this. Right here, this little fat pad on your thumb is your friend. So what you do is you take your lipstick, can be pink, orange, green, whatever you want to wear as your blush. And I've done it also, you can do it with contour as well. But you put lipstick on here and you rub it in, and you rub your thumb together like this. You rub your hands together like this. And then what you do is you just go like this. And that deposits the color on your cheeks, and it gets it right where it's supposed to be, because you can feel where your cheek lines are. See? And then if you want to contour, now I don't contour, But if you want a contour, then you put your contour and you make sure, and you put that wherever you want your contour. Done. I can do my makeup in less than 10 minutes, and that includes eyeshadow, eyebrows, blush, lipstick. Let's go. How many of you right now, put a 1 in the chat, how many of you right now are doing this? How many are? Hello. How many are you doing this right now? So we'll have that. How much fun is that? We'll do it. We'll do it. My darlings, I learned that a long time ago. It's easy. And if you have trouble, I'm going to show you this. I look like Wednesday on Netflix, okay? And forgive me, I'm pale. But for your eyeshadow, you put a little eyeshadow right here. Or I use my thumbs, okay? You put a little eyeshadow on here and you use the opposite. Use the opposite. Your fingers and hands, my darlings, in makeup are your friend. You put I do the lower because the old girl can't put on the eye stuff anymore because I look like a streetwalker. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but hello. So I put it underneath. Now, if you want a wing, when you put your eyeliner, and I wear brown now because black is too dark for me. So you take your fingernail and you do this and you get your wing. So when you put your eyeliner on, now I didn't do that tonight because I didn't want a big wing. You take your fingernail and you just go up like this, and you can do it together. Boom. And there's your little wings. Hello. On the wings of love. Right? There you go. Easy. We are women. Hello, I've got to fix the bang. We are women. We do not want to get trapped. We do not want to get trapped by makeup any longer. We refuse. So there we go. Yes. Michaela, oh my gosh, I grew up in a cult, couldn't wear makeup, so makeup skills I have to learn as an adult, and a couple times a year that I wear it. You could be my big sis. I will be glad to be your big sis. But hey, we're here. I came for Kathy. I'm so glad you did because she is marvelous. And I just learned to finally be a dressed up lady. My girls are going to flip out with me. We'll come back. Make sure you subscribe because we'll do this. We'll do it. And for those of you who are new in the chat, I'm going to have you can have lunch with Zelda because one of these days soon I'm going to be doing a stream over the lunch hour. I'm going to show you what I ate for lunch. We're going to talk about everything: tarot cards, cartomancy, how I learned to play card. We can talk about cases. We can talk about makeup. We can talk about anything you want to talk. I'm going to have my lunch with you. So we'll do that. I'm just so glad that you are here. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it. I'm showing that. Can somebody check and see if Kathy's live is still running? It might be. It is on my end, and I don't want it to mess up with her if she left. But if it is, it is. It's okay. Eyebrows, yes, my darlings. I will show you how to do your eyebrows. Easy. Boom, boom, boom. Three little marks. Done. Done. Because you know what, my darlings, it used to be in the old days, in the 80s. I went to beauty school dropout. I went to beauty school. I got my esthetician license, skin and nail license. But I was married to a Navy man, and we moved around the country and around the world. So I couldn't keep it up. So my license is still in Virginia. I could get it at any time, but why at this stage in life? So, oh, okay. Well, it's still running. Well, good. Well, good. We'll give her the airtime. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Kathy. When she comes back, she'll see it. So I was the one, listen, I was the one who wanted, I had the almost Groucho Marx eyebrows, and I was the one who plucked my eyebrows because I watched too many 1940s movies and wanted these beautiful thin eyebrows. And I did that, and then they didn't grow back. So I will show eyebrows, I will show eyelashes, makeup, we will do the whole thing. We'll do the whole thing. In fact, I was going to do a little Halloween makeup tutorial where you can show up looking maybe a little bit spookier, maybe like Maleficent. Remember her? Something like that. So we'll do it. We'll do it. I'm so glad. Kathy left. I don't see a link for your channel. Okay, honey. It'll be fun. I overplucked. My grandmother overplucked too. Speaking of my grandmother, who looked exactly, I'm so glad you all are coming in and you are our new BFFs. That's right, Lady Laura, bless you. Today is Lauren, I'm sorry, no, erase. Today is Claudette Colbert's birthday. She was born in France in 1903. My grandmother was born in Ohio in 1917. And my grandmother she aspired to look. You know, back then, you had to pick almost a Hollywood icon to look like, you know, back then in the 30s, 40s, because you didn't really have too much to go by except the dailies and, you know, whatever. And so, yeah, I'm 65, believe me. I know overplucking and sagging, bagging, everything. I'll show you. I'll show you what to do because I'm not going to be like, hello. And so I wanted to just say hello to Grandma through Claudette Colbert. Happy birthday, Claudette, in France. You beautiful lady. And thank you for inspiring my grandmother, who is a very beautiful lady. So now I got a couple of things I want to talk about. It seems okay. Well, nothing we can do about it. She has to cut it off on her end. And I don't want to cut it off because if I cut it off, oh, thank you. If I cut it off, then, yeah, because see, she's got some supers over here on her end. I think they belong to her, and I don't want to announce it, and I don't want to cut it off. I don't want her to lose anything. So there we go. Thank you. Thank you. New Vibes, that's here, $1.99. Thank you so much for your generosity. And how dare you? Hello. I'll get that email to you tomorrow with a photo. Okay. And then you are natural with interviews. Lady Zelda, fantastic job with the fabulous Kathy. Thank you. D1111. She is just naturally personable. So much fun, right? So wonderful. I'm so glad she said yes. Now we have more people that are getting ready to come on. And I invited people to come on tomorrow for the fundraiser. I am going to have a giveaway for the fundraiser tomorrow for Mike Crawford of the Young Jerks. We start at 2 p.m. Eastern. That's New York time. So, and New Vibes became a member. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you. So glad to have you. Thank you, my darling. Pantoffel. Is that how you say your name? Pantoffel? Your singing voice is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Aunt BB2, look at her coming in hot with 10 memberships. And congratulations to each and every one of you who have been assigned a membership. Net Detective. I had my eyebrows tatted in but fading. My eyeliner's still good. My lips, eyebrows still look good. 75% needle lip. Bless you. Pardon me. Bless you. So glad. So glad. Dragonfly still here from Kathy's channel. Okay, well, we'll just keep her going until she comes back. You know, thank you, Standing Stones. You're so wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. I found Kathy through Hidden True Crime and now Lady Zelda through Kathy. Thank you for collabing. You're welcome. And you know what? I found Kathy through attorney Melanie Little. Isn't it funny? And there's many out there that we still don't know, but it's fun and it's inspiring. And oh, I can't wait till Kathy comes back. I will send her an evite so she can come over Thursday night to help I'm Haunted. Y'all don't want to miss all the little good things that we're doing in this channel because, yeah, we talk about crime and I read cards and we do all kinds of little things. And then we just do other stuff too. I'm not just dedicated to one thing. I can't be. I can't be because sometimes I got to tell you this. Sometimes all this crime stuff gets to me. I've heard it for 50 years. I can't hack it. And I stay away from the, pardon me, I stay away from the kids' cases. Those are the ones I can't deal with anymore. D1111, look at that pretty little photo. Oops, hello. Sam just turned on the, yes, Melanie is so wonderful in platforming with other creators. Yes. Well, you know what? That's what it's all about. I got to tell you this too. Here comes Sammy. Come on, sister. Oh my goodness. Are you talking? Oh. I'm in Rhode Island. I used to live in Rhode Island, and I used to be years ago the assistant manager of the Newport Bay Club and Hotel. I don't remember Mercy Brown, the last American vampire. Oh, I'll have to look into that. Thank you. Need more K-Bell. There you go. Love it. Listen to my printer. Sammy, this here turned it on. This here turned it on. There we go. Bless. Yeah, we're all cupcakes. We're all cupcakes. I found, you know, I've got to get Jimmy on so I can read his cards. Would that not be a hoot? That would be a hoot. Thank you so much. Groovy Cheryl, you darling, never too old to stop being beautiful with friends. I agree. I agree. I agree. Got to do it all. Got to do it all. Yeah, the kids' cases are too. I had my fill of those. And I'm going to tell you the exact last one that I stopped on was Jacob Wetterling. That was the last case I did. No more. I was tempted to start getting involved with the Madeline DeSoto case, and then I just stepped away. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I bet it is freeing, that detective. I bet it is. Mama Sammy's here. Look at her. Let's just hope she doesn't sneeze on me. She's been sneezing on me a lot. I can't hack it. Lady Laura is a new member. Thank you, my darling, for being here. Bless you, bless you. Meemaw Geo, hi. Hi, welcome. Hi there. Hi there. The boss lady, been here since the beginning. I love Kathy so much. I do too. She has an open invitation here at any time. Anytime we can collab, I'll be glad to go to her channel. She can come here. You know, we have a little slumber party. We'll do whatever. It doesn't make any difference. What about Annabelle the doll? Oh, you want to hear some tea about Annabelle? Well, Annabelle the doll. First of all, I know, pardon me. First of all, you know Matt Rife first, let me back up. Hello. Annabelle, I've known about Annabelle for years. I don't do dolls. Won't mess with Annabelle. Annabelle is not in my, don't do it. When Dan Rivera was in, I forget now where he was, it's horrible, but when he lost his life, they finally got the coroner's report in, and it said, and I don't know why they put a note with it, but it said natural causes, and then, and Annabelle was not around him. Why would you put such a thing in there? Hello. I think they wanted to make a point. So when Matt Rife and this other gentleman bought that house in Connecticut, the Warrens' house, I'm not a fan of that. I'm just not. I know the family is upset about it. And the last I saw a couple of nights ago is they were cleaning out the Warrens' home, putting all the necessary papers and scripts and everything else together, and they were going to allow the family to come and pick it up. There's just something there I'm not liking. I just don't like it. Annabelle the doll, the last time when I saw a picture of Matt Rife and that other gentleman, when they announced in July, I think it was July 19th, that they were going to be buying the Warren Museum, there was a demon beside the doll. And I pointed it out. And I actually have got some friends that have a channel that's called Conjuring the Unseen. And they listed it. Not into that. Now I'm hearing that, here comes the Annabelle tea. So now I'm hearing that they want to charge $1,200 a night for people to come in and as an Airbnb. $1,200. Oh, my bestie is here. Molly. Where is my Molly? I didn't see her because I'm talking. That's why. Blah, blah. Hi, Molly. So glad you're here, my darling. Molly is my bestie. And she and I, we can throw some things back and forth, and I may say something to her. She's that good friend that doesn't go, Zelda, you're getting a little on the bizarre side. Bless her heart, she's not. And I'm so glad for that. Hi, Molly. So glad you're here, my darling. Dolls. Yes. Oh, dolls. She has a doll. It's a Mary doll. It's a haunted doll. But it's not mean and ugly doll. There's a difference. Annabelle is the mean and ugly doll. Robert the doll is a mean and ugly doll. We don't no. Dolls, no. But there's the problem there with the Annabelle doll. And I'm not going to go there to the museum. I just read a comment. I can't find you. You were raised and born in Newport, Rhode Island. Yes, Middleton. Yes, absolutely. That's a beautiful place to be. And a lot of stuff going on. Matt Rife is the demon in my. Yeah, am I allowed to say I'm not a fan? Is that okay? I'm not showing any. Hi, my darling. I'm not showing any shade. Not any shade, no disrespect, just not a fan. I've heard some of this stuff, not a fan. Now, I'm going to tell you, and for all those new that are in here, I don't like to go to those commercial haunting places. I know there are a lot of them, and everybody makes their rounds. You can turn on the tubes of you and the talkie tick, and wherever you go, You can turn them on and, oh, we're here at the Pittsburgh Asylum. We are here at the this asylum and hospital, and we're here at this Viscala, and we're here at, I don't want to do that. I want to go places where people don't frequent, because in my book, doing a lot of that type of paranormal stuff, doing a lot of that stuff is you pick up the leftovers from the last people that went in there. And I don't want to pick that up. I mean, you just don't know who's going in there, if they have an attachment, if they don't, if they do, whatever the case, right? I don't know. And it's okay. Goodbye, Sam. So the one thing that I will say to this, and if anybody has, oh yeah, Molly, we're going to tell Zelda. Yes, my mom had the doll, and that's how I met Zelda. I needed her to read the doll, and I still have her. Yeah, I met Molly that way on the Book of Faces over on that side of the aisle. Lots of fun. So, but there's, you know how you just connect with a person, and that's Molly. She's my bestie, and that's it. So, but anyway, back to the future. Yeah, everybody says hi to Molly. I'm so glad. So back to the future. So the Fiscala murder house. Oh, I said a bad word. Sorry. I banned that and then I do it. Hello. Anyway, the Fiscala Red Rum house. Thank you, my darling. They are, if you haven't heard, in their little gift shop, they have little replica axes, and they put pictures of the victims on these axes and sell them. What are these people doing? How disrespectful can you go? I won't go. I won't go. I won't do that. I won't do it. I won't go. I won't patronize that. I've heard some things about, what is that? Yeah, the unaliving. What is that? Oh, Lizzie Borden House, I think, is doing something like that too. Just, I don't think it's right. Now, it is demonic, Sylvia's daughter. I think so. I think, Genga, thank you. Or Jinja, I think, sorry. Hello. Okay, so anyway, very, very soon, my darling. Sorry, I keep picking at I washed and dried, and I've got that phantom hair that wants to trickle down in here, tickle me. All right. In the next maybe week, I've got to go to a post office in an area that I need to go. I need to mail some things from. On the way, and this sounds bizarre, but on the way is this beautiful, absolutely, give me a second, my darlings. Someone sent, oh wait, hello. Carolina, thank you for the very generous Venmo. Bless you, my darling. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And she says she's looking forward to the future nail tutorial. Well, we will do it. I promise we will do it. And thank you for your generosity. And you know, that's how to donate to your favorite grifting psychic. So anyway, there is a very absolute beautiful cemetery. Is that weird to say? Cemetery. I think it is a cemetery. I don't think it's a graveyard. That is on the way. And I'm going to stop in there. because that little city, it's a little historic city, made a walking trail around it. Who does that? My favorite type of city. I should live there. And you walk around it, you go in, you park. It's like this big walking trail that they have for people to walk. Now that the weather is cooperating and not getting hot, Molly, you and I are going to do that. When I get to you, we will be doing that, my darling. So, I'm going to walk through there. I'm going to take a spirit box with me. We're going to see what we can come up with. I'm going to walk through this. I don't think there's ever been a paranormal investigator. It's close to where I live. I can't tell you where I live because, and Sam is on the lighting. Stop. And it's fascinating. I'm going to take video. I'll take pictures. It's wonderful. And forgive me, I just don't like to tell people where I live or close to it. I know you understand because I have a lot of people that want to knock on my door, and I made that mistake one night. Give me a second. This girl just turned my Kindle on. Yes, Molly, Cape Cod, absolutely. I got a lot of traveling to do. So anyway, thank you for understanding, Peg. I appreciate you. I just love walking through these. And so I'm going to walk through this one. I'll take some pictures. We'll do a little EVP session. I'll come back. I'll upload it. We'll see what we can get. And we'll go from there. Now, one of you lovely people donated the money to me to get this little digital recorder. I've never had one of these little digital recorder, because it's not really my gig, but I love it. And I have to really get used to it. So I will take that with me to see if we can record anything. It doesn't do exactly what I wanted to do, but that's my fault. I should have read the instructions a little bit more, but I will be taking this guy with me. And so I'm going to do that probably in the next week or two. I've got to go to the post office. We'll go there and, who knows, I might even have a little lunchy or something. So there we go. Hold on a minute. Patricia, my darling, love the makeup tips I haven't worn in a couple of years since my lung cancer battle, but really looking forward for my husband and my 11-year-old. Oh, then girl, we need to be doing something. What day is it next week? What day is your anniversary next week? So maybe we can squeeze something in for your anniversary. Were you here for the cheek tip, for the blush tip? I hope so. But we'll get you right up and looking like fire, girl. Your husband will go, girl, where's my wife? I'm married. I can't be with you. There we go. Sweet Melissa, you are sweet. Look how beautiful you are, too, your profile pic. I just found your channel and subbed. Thank you very much. And if you sub, for all those new coming in, please do me a favor. And when you see the sub, you're going to be seeing a little arrow. And when you click on that, make sure that you have all notifications, not just personalized, because sometimes you won't get it. And for all of you, I always post new things in my community tab because sometimes people don't get it. So you can come to my community tab and see over there. So just so you know that we'll do that. I always do that for everybody. So there we go. There we are. Let me see. What else? I used to go to cemeteries. My darling Mima Gio. I used to go to cemeteries all the time. I was in genealogy. Never had a bad experience. I'm kind of weird about the cemeteries because remember, now I was too young when, what year? Can somebody tell me what year Night of the Living Dead came out? That movie affected me and cemeteries. Now, of course, we were not allowed to watch those things when I was young. I mean, we weren't even allowed to watch 007. Hello, Sean Connery. Now, there will be a night where I back-to-back binge 007 movies because I have not seen them. Was it in 69? Because I was too young to see it. But then when I got a little older, hello, that bothered me. Tracy Q, bless you, my darling, and welcome. I found Kathy from reporting live from my sofa, and now I have found you through her. Well, listen, I'm so happy. And don't forget to come on over here tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. That's New York time for all of you who are going to be watching this afterward, our friends across the pond and otherwise. Don't forget, my darlings, tomorrow is the Mike Crawford. We have some special guests coming on. I'm not going to tell you. You got to show up to see them. And you know them, you love them, and we're going to be talking, all things crime related, probably psychic related, probably haunting related, and everything else. And there's Shaggy walking through. And I'm going to start at 2 p.m. and we'll go into wherever. Now, I'm going to have a giveaway as well. So you want to come over and be subscribed. And don't forget to subscribe to True Oracle because I do card readings on that channel as well. Sunday, thank you, Captain. Captain Jerry is my Captain Mod. So thank you so much for being there. Oh, if you are catching up, Patricia, ladies, they ask yes, what day? So I want to make sure that we can catch Patricia. Sunday, 2 p.m. So just yes, Patricia, let us know so we can maybe get a little makeup tutorial in there and get you looking like Fire Girl. You never know. You may be working that pole. Hey, if it's your husband, why not, right? Go for it, girl. Go for it. Oh my gosh, I embarrassed myself. But anyway, so we've got a lot planned. So then Monday night is Manifestation Monday. 2 p.m. Eastern, yes, 2 p.m. New York time. And then Monday night, so tomorrow is the fundraiser for Mike and the Young Jerks for Legal Defense Fund. And special guests are coming. And many have been invited. If they come, they come. If they don't, they don't. It's okay because everybody's busy. And then we have Monday night is Manifestation Monday. And then Thursday night is Help, I'm Haunted. And that's a limited series where I get on and I tell all the haunting stories, everything about when I was really active in the paranormal community and was out and about. And I'm going to start doing that again, so stay tuned. And then I have a haunted painting. The haunted painting is of Monticello. Monticello is Jefferson's home in Virginia. And this haunted painting, and it is an artist proof, and I've even asked the artist, what's up with the candles in the window? And so we're going to, I know it sounds like exhilarating, right? To be sitting here and watching a painting, but I want you all to see, if this painting, if the windows, the candles in the windows flicker, because I have seen that before. So definitely. Yes, Dragonfly Dreams, 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Monday night Manifestation every evening stream is 7 p.m. Then I'll be doing a lunchy. I don't know if it's going to be a lunch stream or not this week, but I will be. And Aunt BB2, thank you so much, my darling. She is a member. Love having you here. Zelda, it says the movie came out in 1968. Oh my, I could just imagine. Yes, I was alive in 1968. Yikes. Mercury Star, any vampire interview? Yes, my darling. I'm going to be doing the vampire interview. Now, this is no joke. Vampire interview, real vampire, from close to the area that my family is from, and Görlitz, Germany, which is close to the Polish border. And when you hear his voice, he doesn't have that. If you're watching Gregor, Lord Gregor does not have that "I want to suck your blood" Romanian voice. It's very European, kind of Romanian sounding. It's intriguing. And don't be worried, because he's not that type that wants to grab onto your jugular, if you know what I mean. But I want to hear some fascinating things about the vamp, because there are, I'm sorry, if you believe in reptilians, they walk around us. Wolfmen walk around us, walk among us. Vampires, I think in some ways get a bad rap, but it's like anything. So that should happen right around, I'm going to say, the first week of October. October is going to be Oktoberfest. We are going to be doing a lot. We're going to be doing everything. Halloween, we'll have a trivia night for Dark Shadows. Come and have some fun. And that doesn't count all the readings and the crime and everything else that's going on. And then we're going to be watching the sentencing. I will be streaming the sentencing of Donna Adelson on October 14th. So there we go. It's just me. I still have family there as well. And for some reason, he knows them. I don't know. Very hard to find out, and he knows. I love Monticello, just beautiful, and the grounds are wonderful. I do too. I love Monticello. And you know, they found that secret room. Hello over here. They found that secret room right off of Thomas Jefferson's room where he passed away. Pardon me, moving the iPad. And that was very interesting. So we got a lot to do. If you're here, we'd love to have you. This is going to be a lot of fun, my darlings. Why not be together? Why sit at home? Why think about things that are going on in the world? They're going to happen. That was Shaggy. They're going to happen regardless of we are put here on earth to enjoy our lives. And if it means telling a little ghost story or laughing, putting on eyelashes, doing nails, having a lipstick tutorial, whatever the case may be, going to a cemetery, if that's our gig, we are supposed to enjoy ourselves. I'm sorry. We're not supposed to be having our head hang low, feeling bad all the time. We are not. There's a time and a place for everything. Yes, Captain Jerry's Shaggy Noodle. There we are. And hopefully next week, I may have an announcement on the Manifestation Monday about something. Now, I don't think it'll be this Monday. I think it'll be the following Monday about something that I am manifesting to come through. We'll have to see. I don't want to get, crazy. My brother's birthday was Halloween. Oh, bless your heart, my darling. Peg, I always said that I wanted to get married on Halloween. I don't know. I didn't have to. I still married a monster anyway, and now I'm not. So there we are. Debbie, oh, the staircase one. Yeah, Aunt BB, you liked the staircase one, didn't we? Hi, Karen. Do we know what charges Mike needs legal aid for? Most of the time I see lawsuits cover up through. Yes, we do. Defamation. Someone is suing him for defamation of character, I guess. And it's costing him a lot of money, and it's frivolous, but it's a pain. And he's being sued. He's got to work through it. So that's what it is. And when he'll stop by tomorrow, and I'll have him talk a little bit, as much as he can. He can't talk a lot about it, but it was something. It is my understanding. It is a lot of. He retweeted something on the Twitter. I like to call it Twitter, X. And the person that he retweeted it about, he quoted, and they nailed him for it, is my understanding now. He can, do what we need to do. But anyhow, so, I look at it this way. We'll do the best we can. We've got his back. We'll support him. So there you go. Yeah, Aunt BB, that's okay. I wanted to address this. Emily, I love that. Emily. No disrespect, none taken. But I really have no clue about vampires besides historical and cultural tradition and folklore. Are you saying these beings are other than human, paranormal? Yeah. They are, and there have been some around for centuries, actually from the time of Christ. Many of them come from Croatia. And I'm fascinated because I want to know about the historical. Now, just like anything and anyone, there are those who have veered off and who have joined the dark side and who go for the jugular, if you know what I mean. Then there are some that don't. They remain usually anonymous. So when we do I'm going to go to his channel to do the podcast. I don't think it's going to be live, but it's going to be a talking podcast, but he says he's going to have some, I guess, visuals, possibly. I will have some visuals that I will put up, but it will be he and I talking. He has invited me to come to the channel and talk about things. And this is the second one, I swear, I think I have met Jacques Saint Germain, who called the psychic line when I worked for Psychic Friends 100 years ago in the late 1980s, who told me things that I just never thought, and then showed up, I don't know, within the last 2 years and called me again. So that was pretty amazing, some of the things. And my life is pretty private. I don't tell a lot about family history. I mean, I tell stories about family, whatever, but I don't tell, a lot of things. It's amazing. It's amazing. So no disrespect taken. And that's one of the reasons I want to do it, is so the people, it's an education. I think people need to learn exactly what it is. And it's always been a part of everything. Michelle, it's okay, my darling. Love you back. Back to replay. Good. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Okay, let me see. Is it a usual suspect? I'm not sure. I'm not caught up in the I'm not caught up in the chat, darling, so I'll have to answer that. Fly around us? No, nobody's going to fly, or nobody's going to get hurt. Nobody's going to do anything. I do that all the time. I mean, it has a retreat button, right? Right. And I think that's pretty much what he did. I could be wrong. I will be glad to stand or sit corrected, but that's pretty much, yeah. Molly remembers when I got the phone call. I was shook. I can just tell you that. I was shook. I never thought I would hear from this again. And I'll tell that story again soon. I'll tell it soon so you can all. You're welcome, my darling Emily. I love that. I love that. The tweet. Oh, it is, I think it's somebody that's well known that has issues. But it's not the usual suspects like that you would normally think. It's somebody else. Yeah, so he needs a little help. He has raised some money. So tomorrow, he's raised a good bit of legal fees. Tomorrow, we'll see what we can do to help. And there we go. Wish he could call again. I do too, Molly. But when you hear this new one, Molly, I'll let you know when the new one is going to be. Your thank you, Mercury Star. Because this one, you're going to hear his voice. And we talk, and he hid out a little bit because, well, I'll tell you, I don't want to give all the podcast away, but I think this is something that you are all going to love and have a great time with. Now, I will tell you, I am still working on the spirit box. Remember the spirit box with Poe that you saw that we were getting all that? I'm still working on that. There's some things since we used it a couple of weeks ago that I want to tweak. And I haven't had time because I'm dealing with this thing right here. It's called a tooth. And I'm like on mega antibiotics right now. So it's not giving me fits. Yesterday, I thought I was going to have to, I don't know, fly me to the moon. So there we go. Hi there. Massachusetts has a rich history of Underground Railroad. Oh, Ohio, where I'm from, does too. Unsure of where your opinions come from. I'm not sure what you're really, because for me, the Underground Railroad was from the Civil War. That's my knowledge of Underground Railroad. I grew up in a house in Ohio that was an Underground Railroad that, anyway. So yeah. Thank you, Molly. So I'll be glad to answer. I'm not sure what you want to know, but I'm glad to answer if I can. There was something else I was going to tell you. Oh, one of my earliest, some of you in here already know this, but one of my earliest introductions to this is when I met Anne Rice when I was in New Orleans. We were at the, what is the name of that? The cafe where we had beignets. I can't remember. Hello. Cafe du Monde. Cafe du Monde. Anne Rice, a friend of hers, and myself. She was interviewing people, and the vampire that she met that came to our table, wow, I'm telling you, and he did not glow like the Twilight guys. Let me just tell you that. I've kind of kept in touch with him. I haven't heard from him in a long time, but she fashioned the book Lasat from the one that I met. And then she also had written the Interview with a Vampire, Cafe du Monde. That's right. Thank you, Martha. what I would do to go there and get a cup of coffee and a beignet right now, I'm telling you, wow, just wow. Oh, here we go. Okay, Groovy. He said it's on the Mass website for anyone that wishes to look, but advice from attorney, stop discussing it. Oh, okay, so I won't ask him. I'm glad I read this on BB. So I understand that part. If you get for a retweet, you can sing. Yeah. I just, people, our justice system has made it extremely easy to sue everybody and anyone. I want to go to New Orleans. I heard that the streets do change at night. I was there in a hotel in the French district, I guess is what you call it. Don't remember anymore. But they locked our hotel down for there was an issue. It gets wild. I left the next day, but friends, they have a tea room there that is booked up for months to go in and have a tea reading or a tarot reading. You can look it up online. Wow. They are good. They are excellent. Just like the one, I don't know if the one in Salem is there any longer, but the one in New Orleans is. You can buy tarot cards, you can buy all these other things. Yeah. So anyway, yes, the Underground Railroad is the name that they gave to the people who were actually taking those who were enslaved from the South during the Civil War that were escaping and going north and then take them into Canada. And they would hide in houses, farmhouses, fields, caves, you name it. And there we go. So yeah, great-great-grandfather helped with the Underground Railroad. Yeah, mine too. Martha Ivy, completely understand, love that place and the chicory coffee. Tell me about it. When I went there, oh, hold on, I've got to tell, I don't like the Twilight vampires, too glowing and sparkling. Yes, hello. Listen, if I were to, and I told this to Lord Gregor, and he laughed, and he told me how funny I was, but I told him, I said, listen, if you look anything, he has red hair. That's all I know. And he was shunned by his family because it is an oddity to have red hair where he's from. Like auburn, not carrot, auburn hair. So, Molly, thank you so much for being here, my darlings. Have a good evening. Be safe. And I will talk to you soon. But I appreciate you coming by. Salem Tea Room is still there? Okay. Aunt BB, you're so kind. I'm sorry, but you're much better than the tea room. I've been there years ago, way off. You have that. Sorry, thank you. They did offer me a job, but at the time I was married to a commander in the Navy, and that didn't work out. So, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, Gregor, Lord Gregor. I told him, I said, listen, red hair doesn't bother me, but darling, if you look anything like the vampire on Discovery of Witches, book my ticket tonight. He laughed so hard. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. That guy and Mr. Darcy ruined my dating life. Because now is the time, and we may as well just say it here. Oh, Harris Casino, and we need to go to Mother's Restaurant for lunch. Harris Cherokee Casino. Yeah. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. It's horrible. It's getting late. I'm going to have to go. Um, my favorite teacup. Isn't he cute? He's as old as the hills. One day he's not going to, you see, he's losing ground, but I'm very careful with him. I've got to use, he's a friend. Look how big he is. Hello. But he's tea. I'm drinking my London tea out of him. I was saying something. I forget what I was going to say. Because I keep looking. I keep looking at the chat, and I want to talk to each and every one of you. Casino, you were on them ruining your dating. Oh, dating. Thank you. Thank you, Michaela. You're the one. Thank you. September, the Burr months. September, October, November, and December. My reading list for those months don't change. In September, I start reading, and I read Jane Austen, anything Jane Austen, but usually Pride and Prejudice. October, anything Mary Shelley. So Frankenstein. And if you haven't read, listen, I'm going to tell you what hooked me on Frankenstein. Hello. You said something to the vampire and he laughed. Yes. What I said to him, Lord Gregor, was if you looked like the vampire on Discovery of Witches, book me a ticket, darling. I'll be right there. I'm going to tell you what hooked me on Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Okay? And there's a couple more that I read. But then in November, it's Gone with the Wind. December, Wuthering Heights. And then if I can squeeze another couple of in, I've got another one that I want to squeeze. And I'll squeeze it. Let me see. Oh, here we are. Maybe. Doesn't want to go. So it's about halfway there. Okay, let me get back here to my library. Frankenstein. I'm going to read you the first stanza of this Frankenstein because she writes it in letter form. Fascinating. Okay, so the first letter, okay? St. Petersburg, December 11th, which connects with me. I'll tell you that story someday. 17, as in the year 1700, and then something or other. She leaves that blank. To Mrs. Saville in England. You will rejoice to hear that no disaster has accompanied the commencement of an enterprise which you have regarded such evil forebodings. All, my darlings, that's all I need. Hello, I was hooked. That first, tell off Mrs. Saville from England in such an eloquent way, I'm there. That is the beginning of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So, the other book that I will read, and I will tell you, it's Frankenstein, or many people don't know this, the modern Prometheus. I love that. I like to have a Prometheus or two. All right, so let me get this next book, and I want to share it with you, and then we'll talk, and then we'll say goodbye. Where is the, okay, the other one that I want to read. You're going to love this. If you have not read this book, probably can't see it. It looks like this. It is called Immortality, a Love Story by Dana Schwartz. It was #1 on the New York Times best-selling author. This is part of, I think, a trilogy. I found this, and it is about, listen, I'm a bookie, and it is about, not that kind of bookie, but you know, I like to read. And it is about this girl back in the day when it was not acceptable for a girl to be a coroner, she wanted to do that. And it's about a love story between her and a grave robber. Oh my gosh, color me there. Yeah. So I got a lot to read. And you know what? I don't like Kindle books, but I have 522 titles. I could not have a library of 522 right now, but I will get them back. I do have in my library, I have digitalized them because some of them were falling apart. I have books from the 15 and 1600s. I'm telling you, some of these people took this paranormal business serious. No wonder they were unalived at certain particular times. And no kidding. Some of the things is like, oh, how? Where did you come up with this? I want to know. Peg says, I listen to Classic Ghost Story podcast by Tony Walker. I love it. And you know what else? On the Talkie Tick, they have Classic Art Bell. Is that not great? I watch Tubi and I watch The Twilight Zone, Alfred Hitchcock Theater. Yeah, we're here. So, my darlings, it has been an absolute night. Come on over here. I'm so glad that I met each and every one of you. So glad I met Kathy. She's got a live stream over there rocking and rolling, and when I say goodbye, it'll say goodbye for her too. Oh, hold on a minute. Thank you. You're welcome, my darling. You might like Mr. Norrell and Dr. Hyde, full of magical beings and great autumn or winter read. I probably would like that. If I could just sit and read, that's like my favorite pastime. I have been working on my own book. I'm working on a cookbook. I'm hoping to get the cookbook out very, very, very soon, especially I was hoping before Halloween, but guess what? I need to get my hello in order. And this thing here, Mr. Puff, has put me behind. So all is great. Michaela, it's very nice to meet you, my darling. Be looking forward to tomorrow. I'm looking forward to having you here. And I'm so happy that you came. And yes, the cookbook is coming, and I'm going to start making a few things, and we'll have lunches together. You'll know all about that. It's what's on the menu with Lady Zelda. And I'll tell you what I'm eating. I'll have a camera on it. You can see. We're just going to be talking. It might be 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, whatever the case may be. There is a few things now since, hold on, I wanted to share with you. I didn't get a chance to because I've been talking the whole time. She's a talker. She's a talker. Don't know if you know this or not, my darlings, but Kelly Dever has officially resigned as of yesterday from the Boston Police Department. So now she's just hiding out in her garage. She has, I don't know what she's going to do. Hard for me to feel sorry for that. She knew better, but I'm going to tell you the commish threw her under the bus. She's got tire tracks on her forehead from being run over there. So there we are. Goodbye, Deaver. Goodbye, Kelly Deaver. That's why attorney Alan Jackson wrote that scathing letter to put her on the Brady list. She turned out to be a liability, untrustworthy. Yeah, Groovy Cheryl, he never heard of her, right? Never heard of the Karen Reed case. And the Boston police officer that was unalived by those who were at 34 Fairview Road, that Boston police officer that was in your department, Commish? Hello. Get real. Yes, I did hear about Kelsey Fitzsimmons' fiasco. Prayers up for her. What a mess. Massachusetts, what? What? I think that there is some things left over from the Salem trials. You know what I mean? That has just literally had its moment with a lot of these, I don't know, but a lot of people up there and these positions are related to them. Okay, let me see what else is on the list. I've got Kelly Deaver, the Claudette Colbert, Karen Reed. Karen Reed's phone. Well, just 2 phones. She did receive her vehicle back. She does have someone who has offered to put it back together at no cost for Karen. Over $20,000 to rehab because, quite frankly, it was brand new. She had just gotten it, I think, when they charged her. So it was literally brand new. Would I want to drive it? But he has offered to fix that for her. And I think that's beautiful. So that is happening. But Cosgrove, Attorney Cosgrove, the special prosecutor, has decided to keep the phones because they think they're going to find something for witness intimidation with Aiden. Now, I'd like to just have a spiritual moment. Maybe we could have a paranormal moment with these people and let them, Massachusetts is right. Let them figure out, first of all, people, you have already downloaded everything that you're going to get. You've done it already. There ain't nothing more for you to get. This is just blatant harassment any way you slice it because you guys are petty, sore losers. And you won't go after the real people who unalived John O'Keefe. But I guarantee one thing. There will be a new prosecutor coming in 2026 and 2027. And those people better run because there will be an investigation opened like that. And they're going to try their best. And I can tell you what they're trying right now. They're trying to find a jury of their peers that will indict Karen. Now, it's going to be very hard, but they're going to be, and give Aiden, that's right, Michaela, give Aiden his electronic devices back. See, that's what they want to do. They want to compare notes because of Signal. Signal is end-to-end encryption. You have to have both phones. Well, they already have all the downloads. It's ridiculous. It's blatant harassment, prosecutional, whatever they call it. You can tell I'm not a lawyer. And at this point, don't want to be. Prosecutorial misconduct. In my opinion, not a lawyer, but it sure sounds that way to me. What a holy mess. Now, I mean, how many times can you have a grand jury do this? I mean, as many times as they want, right? They're going to keep, I think when their minds that are probably about this big, they want to try to keep getting a grand jury that will pick, they can pick and choose. So if they get the right grand jury to indict her. They've already tried to indict her once, and it didn't happen. I heard of the Adam Lawley resignation rumor. I don't think it's true. I don't think so. But who knows what's going on in Massachusetts? Who knows? Now, the other thing I want to let you know is this. I'm not the only one, so I'm not special. But I want to jump on the bandwagon for what's called the Smith-Mundt Act of 1949. Now, Smith-Mundt Act, 1949. That was a law that kept the media in check. It was a law that was in place so the media could not spill craziness, tell us untruths, make up stories, continue to spout out things like the Simpsons do to hurt people, make up things, because it was thrown away in 2012. And it was done by whatever administration said at that point. They did not want to make it a crime. They wanted to make it entertainment. I don't know about you, but when I turned on, no, it wasn't Reagan. It was in 2012. It was that administration that took that off the books. It might have been Reagan that put it on, yes. So what I have proposed, and many other people have, I've written up to the DC and asked that we bring that back. We bring that law back, because I don't know about you, but I'm about tired of hearing these, even content creators need to be held responsible for spouting off untruths, creating fear among people, and that happens. And all this predictive programming that goes on and all these things, these media outlets need to be held responsible, period. And I would want them to rename it the Charlie Kirk Act of 2025. Now, I have written up to the DC. I think there's been some other people that have done the same, so I ain't so special, but I have taken that on myself to say we need that law back to get a grip on all of these media outlets who want to spew lies to control us, to scare us, and to give us facts that are fiction. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And I hope that it's something that will be considered. The Simpsons are a cartoon, but they have people behind it. Pardon me. They have people behind it that want to turn the dial and make it predictive programming. Accountability, thank you very much. Accountability for spewing untruths before they even know what is happening. Absolutely. Or decide that they don't even want to report something. What about that young lady that was from the Ukraine on transit that was unalived by that person who had been released around 49 times for crimes and was released by a magistrate, not even a judge? And she lost her life. I didn't hear any of the media outlets talking about that. Didn't hear anything. Nothing. There's been other things about that too. That poor girl, that was sickening. Thank you, Emily. Same for the officials and their People have to be accountable for what they say. And that includes me. That includes other people who want to talk about the news or crime. It's very easy to say, I don't know, I don't have the facts, but let's talk about it. Let's see what we can do. Let's bring it to light. There are cases that attorney Melanie Little is talking about right now that the news won't cover. Why? The news did not want to even cover the Karen Reed case properly in the beginning. You're fine, Sandy, my darling. So the whole thing is absolutely concerning. And I'm here for it. I want it to be changed. I want to bring that law back. It was taken off the books in 2012. And even, believe me, my darlings, even back in President Lincoln's time, there was problems with newspaper reporters spewing untruths to both sides to manipulate the war effort. I think it was something else, Peg, but I know exactly what you're talking about. What I'm talking about was something else that was taken off the books in 2012 by that administration, and then not this administration, but the last administration. So there were problems. Regardless, it needs to be back on the books. Regardless of who did it, doesn't matter. It needs to be back on the books. People need to be held accountable instead of just like poor Mike. For many of us, you can't retweet truth, a quote, and yet there are some who can just sit and spew craziness. So anyway, it's about broadcasting and free speech. Okay, gotcha. This is about Aaron Spencer. Yes. Where's that? Remember Daniel Craig? Where was that? These are the KP. Hello, yes. Just most recently, MSNBC reported a mess of events that happened September 10th, and I don't want to get into it, but these people need to be held accountable. They need to be fired because what they want, they have a particular agenda, and they want to manipulate our thoughts and get us to thinking a particular way. Craziness, crazy. We need accountability by these news outlets, by some of these creators that are on here, by anyone who wants to be. It's all agendas. Thank you. Fox 2, all of them need to be held to a certain accountability. Yes. MSNBC, fire that guy. Yes, absolutely. So now, my darlings, we've been here almost 3 hours. The time has gone. Whew, I have to get ready for tomorrow. Thank you, Aunt BB. Just tell me what happened. We're not stupid. We're not a bunch of sheep. We might want to be led, but we don't want to be misled. That's what it's about. Kayla says, I have not subscribed, but the YouTubers I get news from pull from the ground news, which shows all news, points out which sides are saying what. There you go. There you go. You know why? I subscribe to very few because I want to hear the truth. I want to, as Aunt BB says, I want to make up my own mind. I want to do my own research. I want to find out a few little goodies myself. That's what I want to do. Time flies when you're having fun. Absolutely. I did not see when Patricia's, I can't talk. My thing's getting bad. I did not see when her anniversary is. So I hope we don't miss it, but I wish she just would let us know. And we'll do some makeup tips. You'll see me without makeup, but we'll do them. I don't care. We'll do them. So I'll let you know. We'll do a get ready with me. We'll do a get ready with me. There you go. Pardon me. I just had a hiccup. Just had a hiccup. There you go, my darlings. It just tells me, and I can't agree. See? Just lay it out on the table. What is it? Then I can figure it out. And remember, everything that is filtered through a human brain is going to be biased one way or another. Sure. Absolutely. All like journalism before the influx of not being unfair, but after Fox, we got MSNBC, etc. Then came the influx of many channels. That's right. We had Fox for a long time. And I remember when CNN came on, oh my God, CNN came on, my dad used to sit in the chair and remember how they would replay it over and over and over. I couldn't take it. You would go to his house, he'd be sitting in his chair watching, seeing over and over. Wolf, what's his name? Over and over and over the same things over again. And we'd say, do you really just think that? Oh no, I just have to look at it. We threatened to take that channel off his TV because it was crazy. Pardon me. I apologize. I apologize. It's getting time for me to take a pill. So my darlings, thank you for all the donos to the grifter. You guys are wonderful. Pardon me. I need to get off here before I keep doing this because it's not very kind. So I want to thank you, my darlings, for being here. It was so fun. And Kathy, if you see this, and for all of Kathy's beautiful people, I want to thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of the donos, all the memberships, everything. This was so much fun. It's been my pleasure to host her, to host you, to have each and every one of you. Tomorrow is another day. I'm just like Scarlett. Tomorrow is another day. And I can't wait to have you all here. So be here tomorrow because we're going to see a lot of really fun people. We're going to have a giveaway. You want to subscribe. We're going to have a giveaway and everything is going to be A-OK. So, my darlings, I'm going to play an outro for you. And I want to thank you so much. Talk amongst yourself. Thanks for the 3 hours of fun. And I will see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Bye for now.